Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in. Check out your boy, P Funk, thinking right out here in my lab. In the book, we got a new one, Egyptian Yoga. Woo-hoo-hoo. 10 years. I'm going to open up with a nice little lesson for you, teaching how to reach the state we call happiness. Right thinkers, that's right. Wrightism, 25 rules live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's a message in my stories for life. I give you life lessons. You tune in and receive them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission, that's what I'm on, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking way of life through mental and spiritual discipline. Practice daily will help and guide you to attain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission, all right thinkers, know thyself. Right thinkers, your goal is to know thyself. You see where we're going with this? Let's get that together. So I asked the question, do you know you? Oh, you will when I'm through. Yeah, that's what I do. It's rhetorical, but if you don't know, you have an answer for yourself, tune in. I got you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm your spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself and two. Might I be true. We in Egyptian Yoga, a book that I've been reading over 20 years ago now, and I'm bringing it back for those who may not know what I do. This is where I come from, the Egyptian Yoga. I just called it right thinking because I put my little twist to it. All right, right thinking, did you know? Let's talk about right thinking leads to happiness, not money. Do that one then at the end. That'd be a nice little caveat. All right, let me talk about this right quick. This is the stuff that I learned over 20 years ago, and it's funny because I feel like, I'm going back to see an old friend. Let's go. Right thinkers, happiness. Right thinking leads to right actions. Remember, the world was created from a thought to the heartfelt thought to the utterance of existence. So, right thinking leads to right actions. Right actions lead to, happiness. Well, how'd that work? Good question. I'll break it down for you. Maybe you can get it. But it leads to happiness. You know when? While still alive. Reaching the level of supreme good, happiness within one's life. That's the ultimate goal. Self-mastery is what you have to have when it's time to wake as that feather. Maya, judgment day. Your heart needs to be light as that feather. So you need all the enlightenment you can get. Trust me. This is the highest goal of right thinking philosophy. The attainment of what? The heights of self-mastery. We call it nihas. But in order for you, all of us start down here. The ones who reach self-mastery is the ones up here. There ain't a whole bunch of people up there. So again, feel good about yourself if you reach that level. Why? You did something a whole lot of people didn't. So feel good about yourself. It ain't a competition, but you feel me? That ego thing. But the attainment of self-mastery while still alive. The caveat is obtaining it before you die. This clown, he just gave this numbnuts or trying to make him a great man. No, after he died, all of a sudden he great. I was at his funeral. I read the eulogy that my son wrote for him. Toughest thing I ever had to do. Still thinking about that, man. That was rough. But it was my son's version of his grandfather, not mine. I had to read it. So I was the middleman. But when the preacher, who obviously didn't know my dad, went to talking all this good stuff about this, that, and the third, everybody looking around like, who's she talking about? Not him. No. So Just understand that. When people say things about you that really ain't, we got to wear that. And to announce everybody and think that this guy, no, we ain't going up. I had to get that every now and then because it's starting to hurt my crawl for a little bit. But yeah, when you obtain the height of self-mastery, aka Nihas, before you die, that's the way you live. You live to the fullest. That's how you do it. Half-assing, little bit, holding back. No, go for it. All in. If you ain't all in, you ain't doing nothing. Well, a little bit, I call them French straggler. Okay, you a little bit here, you a little bit there, you ain't really nowhere. That's not going to work. Let me prove it to you right now. You can't reach happiness hemming and hawing. Okay, that ain't going to get you there. Stand on what you believe. If your belief is in Christianity, be the best Christian you can be. That's right thinking philosophy. If your belief is in Islam, be the best Muslim you can be. And that's all you got to do. I'm a philosopher. I practice in philosophy. I'm going to be the best philosopher I can be. Same concept. See? Moving on. But yoga philosophy, right? Thinking philosophy does what? It helps you to take away the illusions about true happiness. I know what it takes to make me happy. It can be yours too. But that is always a but. Yeah, but on one condition. What's that? I gotta sell myself? Nope. That you work hard daily to what? Purify your heart, your mind, as well as your body. That's the ticket. Now, that's the goal. You still want it? Go for it. That's deterred a lot of people. Like my man at Crossroads, he had a guitar player. He cut his split head. He said, my man, good. He discouraged a lot of young up-and-coming people. If your game ain't right, you can't play. If you ready to compete with the best, do your best and get your best. And if you come up short, don't feel bad. They were just better than you. That happens in life, okay? Unless you're good. Are you good? Moving on. When you know what you know and you do what you do, you of all people should have a belief. And my man had to give him the mojo. My man gave me the mojo. I understand it. Yeah, I'm giving you all I got. I'm going to give you what they gave me. I'm going to give it to you. I did the same to my son. Minus the other stuff. No, I gave it to him pure. Hey, you take this. This is good. Hey, take it. He took it. So that's the concept. And guess what? He's happy too. Okay, all right. But when you practice right through philosophy, it gets you there because it gets you to a point where you are doing things that what makes you happy. And when you are disillusioned by all the nonsense and the temporary, transient stuff of the world, be it women, money, whatever, you will search for what? Stability. That's my yacht. I stand on my yacht. You see her feather, it don't move. World is run by Maya. What? Order, reciprocity. Reciprocity is the infinity sign term. The 8 turns sideways. Why? Because it means between you and I breathe out, you breathe in. You breathe out, I breathe in. We can continue that, and that's how we can sustain each other. That's how the reciprocity works in nature. Okay? So I want to get that in for you right quick. Maya represents a lot of stuff. That's one of the main ones I respect about it. And stability, meaning you what? What's this? Stability and steadfastness. If you think I'm not down with this, you don't know me. Steadfast. Oh, I'm in. I'm all in. Sold out, lock, stock, and barrel, could care less. Well, what if you're wrong? I take my shot with that. Trust me. I ain't got a problem with worrying about being wrong. That's last thing on my mind. I deal with that when I get there. But what I'm doing, or to get there, I'm fully confident in that. That's the difference. And that's called steadfastness. And it's the most important element and quality you can have in order to what? Reach happiness. Like that. Once you reach true happiness and it's found where? In you. Not out here. Once you find it, it will never be lost. Me and my mother talked today about when you get it, you got it. I ain't going back. I'm in the rabbit hole. They only go one way. My rabbit hole don't retreat. My rabbit hole ain't nothing behind me but force. What? You gotta keep going. That's what drives me. Okay? I stop. Nope. Go back. Nope. No options. Okay? And regardless of any situation, be you rich or poor, scorned or famous, you will be above all human frailties. This don't really matter when what? When you are happy, when you reach that point of what? Knowing you know this is all just fanfare, fodder, illusion. Just deal with it. I tell people, I educate people about phony people. I know a lot of phony people. So what you do with phony people, you give them a mirror. You be phony like them to them. They see that you, just like them. So you give that to them and they fine. Okay. But to call them out, that ain't cool. So understand that learning how somebody is and deal with them accordingly, that's what karma does. She give you what you deserve. Depending on how you come at me, depending on how I'm going to deal with you. Moving on. All right? But here was my favorite part. I think my man Pharrell, happy. Yeah, I listen to that every now and then. But to be truly happy, you must have a stable point to hold on to what? Permanently, that refuge, that spot you can go. That spot where I go when I start to see myself elevating, starting to get, I got to find that spot. You see me doing this sometime, bring it down. You bring it down. Why? Because it start to rise and you start to lose focus and you got to bring it down and focus. So what happened? You hold on permanently. So what? So now you will never lose what? Your balance. That's my yacht. I keep telling you. When I hit balance, straight to my yacht. 10 toes down, y'all say. I'm 10 toes down with my yacht. Okay? Simple as that. Why? I know what that is. And that's the center, that's within you. Ourselves. And once we know it, again, once you find it for yourself, you can always return to it. And if it's right, as a yogi, 10 year practicing, I know that spot. And I go there, frequently. Why? Sometimes you have to. You don't have to, but when you need to be able to go there when you rather have it and don't need it than to need it and don't have it. That's the philosophy that I practice. So I'm always prepared for the unexpected. And I'll be ready to deal with it. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. You can't stop it. You can't change it. Adverse situations and purpose of life. That's God's test. See how strong you really are when it's just me and you. Handle your business. All right. If through ignorance you don't know how to think right or think about how to act right or to feel, you will become uneasy, afraid. Now fear kicks in. Why? Because death. You scared of dying. You ain't all in. If you fearing death, you ain't on my team. And watch this. You're at the mercy of every life adverse situation that arises flips you out. He couldn't handle adversity. I just look back, dude. You didn't handle certain situations well. And I learned to master my cool because of that guy. One of the reasons we got caught together, father and son in the bullpen. He freaking out. He losing it. This show I had was that Sylvester and Tweety Pie. When Sylvester and they got his little son, every night he pop up, and he said, "Father, I'm so embarrassed. I want to tell him, dude, chill. Why? I'm so embarrassed. Come on, man. We're supposed to be bigger than that." So yeah, maintain your perspective in all situations. I earned my stripes. I'm gonna be cool no matter what. And happiness, again, is a state of consciousness. It ain't through physical things. It ain't through monetary things. It's a state of consciousness. And it's a way of truly understanding and right thinking and right feeling. And that leads to right behavior. It is an attitude that you can learn through how? Daily study and practicing the knowledge that you obtain of science, philosophy, which we can put into practice right there. You learn it to put it into practice right here and now. I've been doing it for the last 20-odd years. You have to live it. My pastor, I love that guy. Why? He lived that book. He's in that book, and he ain't got a problem with it. And what I'm saying, I ain't got a problem with it either. Why? That's his thing. All right? Now, if we do, well, we will learn how to what? Appreciate our existence when every second, every hour, every day on earth and beyond. Some people, my mother-in-law, they living in gratitude. You know why? They 86 years old. My man and mom, 94. They just living gracious. They just happy to what? To be here every day. I can see a person at that age. I'm blessed. I woke up. Okay, I get it. But young people, that shouldn't, you got to wait for that. Give it some time. Don't rush it. But yeah, I respect my elders more than ever. Why? I'm somebody's elder, so I'm getting closer to where they are. But I can look and see 20 years, I'm a senior. I can still be doing that. I'm at the gym with a guy, 87 years old. I said, I'm good. Why? If I can be like that, I'm good. Moving on. But again, in life, you learn as you go. Mastery of right thinking, yeah. Philosophy, yeah. Myself, yeah. Life, I'm still a student. I love being a student. Why? That's your best learning. I'm experiencing every day something new that I can master and teach you. All right, let's go. Where we at? We about to head to truth. After happiness, you got to go to truth. Where we at? When you appreciate being here every day, and when you do that, they know what? They're going to go beyond. Understanding things as they really are, a.k.a. I put that here, keeping it real, a.k.a. P-Funk. I'm only going to be one way. I only know one way. I asked my pastor, dude, how your old family, y'all stayed in the church with Christ? He said, brother, right? That's all we know. Touche. I got no argument for that. And this one of the few brothers that when he say certain things, I can't even argue with him. That's my man. And I can understand it. Why? If somebody doing something, and he been doing that for a long time, he's still doing it, they still doing it, all of them can pray, sing, preach. They all got that thing that they church people supposed to have. I love them. That's my royal family. They real people, but they just follow Christian faith. I ain't got a problem with that. So I'm hanging with them. When I go do Christian, I ain't the right thinker. I'm a Christian in church, all right? But when you understand things as they really are, that's self-mastery. And when you will help us, this will help us act what? As we should. Hold yourself accountable. That's all you got to do. I don't give a damn what Jack doing, what my brother doing, how my mama doing. That means nothing for me. I need to worry about what? What I'm doing. And if more of us took that approach, everybody started doing what they need to be doing, then we won't have to be pointing fingers. Oh, look what he ain't doing. Well, he should be doing that. No, just do you. Moving on. And wrapping that part up is, this in turn is what really makes an individual happy. Knowing themselves, be happy with themselves in the situation that they deal with on a day-to-day basis. And when you get older, you just appreciate what? Having a shot at just being here. I would love to get to that point in my life. What? I see 99 years old, couldn't get more man to 100. But life is good if you're living it right. So when you fall victim of disease or bad health, okay, that's when things that happen. But other than that, when you just doing your thing, you just keep it going. Like a Volkswagen, it just keep running, They make it to run. That's what it's supposed to. Run it. In the words of T.D. Jake, find out what works for you and work it. All right, let me wrap this up with the one truth. This is going to be a nice little half paragraph, another lesson, but I'm going to stick this two. I'm going to get you a caveat right here. I'm going to give you two for the one truth. We call it oneness with God, but they called it back in my day the one truth. What's the one truth? I'm glad you asked. Let's talk about it. From the earliest times, it was known in Egypt that there is what? Only how many gods? How many gods? How many truths? This is why a deep study of the many religions, and this is what I've done, mystery systems, know about them, and myths around the world, they all reveal what? Similarities. And they all got a one common thread. I've been saying that for long. And all of them got it, not a one don't. What's that? Trying to get you to God. That's the goal. And everybody do it different. I tell you, if it's 9 billion people, it's 9 billion ways to get to God. I got mine, right? Think of philosophy is a way. Religion, Christianity, that's a way. Islam, another way. There's a bunch of ways. So understand that. That's my thing. But in philosophies and symbolism, once you understand them, the esoteric meaning, you see things a whole lot different than a person who don't. That's all. A Mason know what the compass and square mean, but to every person, they don't know what it means. Oh, the G mean God. The G mean, yeah. They don't know. Okay, but again, when you know, that puts you a little step ahead of them, so to speak, on the next level. But now, this is due to what? The one common source of all of them, which is what? It is my personal duty to inquire, and I did my due diligence, deeper into the nature of that truth. Since knowing the exact truth is the basis of our well-being, I went in search of that truth 30 years ago. But they tell me right there, I went in search of it. And I found it. If you go out and look for something, everybody got a journey. My journey was to go find the truth. I did. But if you go out and you don't find it, who follows that? I'll leave that there. The danger of studying the past lies in what? The purpose. And why are you studying it? And what's the personal achievements that is what? To get a degree. To go to college, everybody want them their paper, their sheepskin. Everybody want to walk across the street. Everybody want accolades. But nobody talks about the 3 or 4 years that you had to put what? To get that. That's work that you put in. Okay? Nobody gonna just give you that. We know that. That's why everybody ain't got none. Be proud of anything that you achieve that everybody has got. That's all. Why? You showed up. Everybody can't do this. That's all. But to attain what? Stature and earn respect for what? And even more, financial gain. Everybody like that money. Everybody want that good money. Yeah, I want money. I ain't against money, but I'm not going to flip it. No, I'm doing that for money again. For power and control of what? This is the problem of others. I don't want control over nobody but moi. Through information to prove what? That they are what? Somewhat better. I told you, when you know a little more than certain people, you get to think like you a little bit, that gravitas. They call it nobleman. A nobleman carries himself respectable, knows what he's talking about, and that's what makes him noble. Nobility is knowing, having, being. Not, I'm a nobleman. No, you're not. That's like me walking around to I'm a sage and wilding out. No, you're not. That might say sage, but you're actually say asshole. See if I'm going with that? So again, you do things for that. And what? Some of us prove they better than someone else. That's the ego trip. I know a bunch of them. Or to understand and assist ourselves and others in our psycho-spiritual journey we call life. The highest goal, again, is selfless service. To give. Is God not a blesser? God gives. He don't take. He's the giver. When you, what he do? He blessed who knows? Cheerful givers, offer service, selfless service. Surely truth must be our goal. Why? As nothing else can what? Set us free. Remember the phrase, truth sets you free? Why don't you try to get free from the ignorance? That's one of my personal pet peeves. All right, let me see. I see the clock ticking. Let me get this thing out. I got 2 more paragraphs for you. I hope you get your understanding. The aim of Right Thinking Philosophy, this work and what I do, is to what? Show and explore a deeper historical background of what? Our yoga, and to provide you a simplified guide for what? Spiritual discipline that you can practice when? Daily. The author, my man teacher, Ugata Ashby, hopes that what? Those seekers, and if you're doing this, you're in search of something, trust me. For those seekers who are interested in what? Expanding their what? Consciousness, be getting more knowledge of what? Self, will have further information to draw on and to attain a deeper understanding of who? Themselves. My goal is to know me, and through understanding of a given thing, The better one is able to what? Whoa, I missed something. Okay. Through what? Through deep understanding of the mystical discipline, spiritual discipline that we call yoga. I'm going to say, that didn't sound right. When you better yourself from the Egyptian perspective, that's yoga. Anything that's getting you closer to God, being your better self, that's a yoga concept. And watch this. And the better, right, there you go, the better the understanding of a given thing, the better one is able to apply it or to use it. Again, if I give you a weapon and don't teach you how to use that weapon, it's no good to you. But if I show you how to use that weapon, make you proficient in how to work and use that weapon, and then I give it to you, oh, you be a bad somebody. That's knowledge, same thing. Conceptually, I like that concept. All right, where we at? All right, watch this. Now, if it is not the intention of this altar to what? To prove that Egyptian philosophy was the basis of the Judeo-Christian religion, no. But this was shown long ago. Okay, that ain't my job. Why? It was shown long ago by who? Researchers such as my dude Count Voynay, Gerald Massey, I love him, Charles Fitch, I had a book by him, Albert Churchwell, I got his book right here. That's his stuff. Oh, right here. That's his book, Signs and Symbols. Okay, these are all the people who did their job to make my study appreciative. Why? I ain't got to do their job, just do mine. Take it and pass it along. Why? They did their homework to make sure what they gave me, I can do just that. And that's what I've been doing. And there's a few more, but those are the people who what? Did the research for you. Wrapping it up. The final answer to questions as to the origins of the mysteries of the mystical systems pales in comparison to what? To the more important point, which is what? The honest inquiry of every right-thinking aspirant who is going to be devoted to what? Know the truth for him or herself. I'm giving it to you, all you got to do is come get it. And then use it, and you'll find out for yourself what the truth. Here we go. Where we at? The final answer message of the truth. Okay, this truth can only be known. You ready for this? This is the key. In one's heart. Yeah, truth in the heart. This truth, again, just like right thinking, leads to your highest freedom of what? We call it salvation. That's being free of all the fetters. Now you are fetter free. You've reached salvation, and everybody's responsible for their own salvation. And what happened? From a life of misery and the end of what we call the cycle of birth and rebirth, aka, the cycle of birth and death, aka reincarnation. Avoid the cycle, break the cycle by what? Gaining knowledge of self. Be your best self. Know thyself. That's this lesson. Oh, I'm just getting started. Hope you're enjoying it. This is fun for me. Hope it is for you too. Right thinkers and closing. May you all live to be 100. Me 100 minus a day. So I know that my right thinkers who now understand that happiness in one truth and never won't pass away. And understand this. This is what you need to what? Be your best self. I'll be right back with some more for you.